Hello, everybody, and welcome to another We Like Dota League match. We are deep into week 6, and we have an exciting one tonight. It's Team Drip versus Pupps Pals for a battle for one of the top spots in the Sange division. I've been anticipating this match since the beginning of the season. I feel like these are two very evenly matched teams, and so I'm very excited for this one. Start off with a Lina and a Vengeful Spirit ban. Lina feeling like the obligatory ban when you don't have first pick. And most teams are playing her. So you gotta be ready for it. Coming into this best of 2 series, Pupps Pals are 7-3, Drip are 8-2. Neither of them have dropped a series. They each just split series for 2 of them. Dawnbreaker and Razor gonna get banned out. Dawnbreaker is Pupps Pal's most picked hero at 6 games, 50% win rate with it. And Razor, another one like Lina that's been eating a lot of bans in the league. Drip have played it 4 times, so you know they're comfortable on it.
Radiant must choose.
Brow has actually moved up to be tied with Razor. And it'll be a Silencer opening. I really like this hero as an opening pick. Shuts off a lot of what Pupps Pal's potential drafts might want to do.
10 seconds.
See if that is coming into play for anything specific. The 2 bans, the Vengeful and Dawnbreaker, are just their most picked hero. The next one would be Witch Doctor, but you maybe don't love it into a Silencer now. Really easy to cancel ult.
Radiant's turn to pick.
We're gonna go to the Gyrocopter. I'm not sure. Gotta check quick where they like to play.
Dire's turn to pick.
The Undying waits.
Gyro Undying is gonna be the answer. This could be your support duo. They have been playing the Gyro on support. King Henry VIII plays it. King Henry VIII divorce attorney, that is.
Remain.
Undying we've been starting to see come out of the off lane. The hero Pupps Pals have picked a couple times. Let me look at where they've been playing that. They have been playing it as 5, so I think this is your 4-5. Gyro 4, Undying 5. But I wouldn't be surprised if they're interested in flexing this, because like I said, I've been seeing more and more teams playing a 3 Undying, and it's starting to look pretty viable. See what Drip grab to close out this phase of the ban, or this phase of the draft, sorry. Do they play Snapfire? That is the first question I have when I see an Undying. They're going to go for the Treant, so this may very well be all 4 of our supports. Treant has been the best support hero of the patch, or of the current meta. Not every team is playing him,
10 seconds
but he does have 27 picks in the league at 63% win rate.
Seconds.
I really like both of these heroes. It does leave Drip a little lacking for lockdown. You've got Overgrowth, which is a very good BKB disabling teamfight ult. One of my favorite things about the hero, because you get that teamfight ult out of your position 5 hero, which is really, really nice. Opens up your draft a lot. But if this is a support Silencer, I question if they're going to have enough disable. They're definitely going to have to find more out of their other picks, no matter where these heroes are going.
5 seconds remain.
Drip played this silent. Or I have to imagine they have, because I think their team, yeah, their team data also goes back to some previous leagues, so, or at least one. Yeah, they've run this support duo before, so they're feeling good about it. They won a game against Mud Boys, another top Sange Division team, with this support duo. They have played a lot of Snapfire games. I'm a little surprised they don't go to the Snapfire to counter the Tombstone, but they feel confident. I mean, Silencer will do a pretty good job of that, having a pretty long-ranged attack. Sniper gonna get panned out. That's another good option for the Tombstone, so a little surprised that Drip does not want to see that on the opposite side. A lot of ranged cores getting banned out, as well as the Pudge, who I'm fairly certain Drip has been playing mid and or off lane, or mid and or safe lane, and it's looked pretty good for them so far.
Seconds remain.
Alright, last ban of the first phase will be Ursa, another good Tombstone hitter. So not a ton of options remaining. They're going to take the Marcy as well, who, if you run it as a support, you don't mind popping ult to kill a Tombstone. So this does look more to me like a 3 Undying, but this can also be a core Marcy.
10 seconds. 5
So
seconds
now
remain.
the question is definitely where exactly these heroes are going as far as setting up your lanes, but I feel like you still just like a ranged core. Not a ton of options with Drow Sniper, Nature's Prophet getting banned out there. They're going to go with the Faceless Void to have the lockdown to catch some of these heroes. Really nice team fight combo. Like, their team fight is all set now, purely out of their safe lane. Between this Faceless and this Treant
10
Protector.
seconds remain.
Pupps Pals played this much.
5 seconds.
Nope. So I'm curious if Drip particularly like a lane matchup that they think they're seeing. I mean, it's very likely that either the Undying or the Marcy is 3 and that the Gyro is 4. So you kind of know what your lane's going to be. You know it's going to be a strength melee core with some decent early game fighting potential, plus a Gyro. And I feel like with the Treant Protector, you feel okay about this safe lane with the Faceless Void. And they go with the Slardar now, that we'd expect to see out of the 3 lane. I'm really curious how they're answering this Tombstone. I feel like that has gone left untouched. They'll still have one last pick at the end to find something to address it. But I'd like to see another ranged hero to sit in the back for Drip that's capable of dealing with the Tomb. I'm going to come back to Pupps Pals for the last pick in the middle phase of the draft. As far as I mean, similarly, they've got very good catch, decent team fight, not, overgrowth Chronosphere. But the Tombstone, the Marcy ult, the call down from Gyro, like, there's a lot of damage to go into a team fight. If I felt like their offlane was still open, I would say they could grab, like, a Tidehunter, but I think that would be pretty bad into this draft with 2 melee strength heroes that we think are going to be an offlaner already.
Dire's turn to bat.
They're going to grab the Naga Siren. So that should be their safe lane. And that'll give you an amount of teamfight disable, more of an escape counter initiate, which I like into all of the teamfight that Drip has. If you manage to get off the Naga song, gives you a good way to disengage and reset a team fight, try to blank either the Overgrowth or the Chrono, if not both, is also pretty resilient to the Slardar, and so now you know that that's going to be your lane opponent. You can be pretty confident that you're getting like a Slardar or Silencer lane. And I feel like that is pretty good for Naga. I'm not sure how well she lanes into Silencer, but I'm pretty sure it's a favorable lane. Zeus, Viper going to get banned out for Drip. Pretty quick bans. Puck, OD banned out for Pupps Pals. A little surprised that Pupps Pals bans the OD is actually a pretty good answer for save into the Chronosphere. But it seems like they are not thinking that that's what they want to finish out their own draft with, and it would be some nice additional catch and setup and disable for the Drip lineup. I think Drip is mostly just looking for some backline damage here, like a Shadow Fiend. They're going to go for an Ember, so it won't be exactly backline, but is high mobility. It gives you some good additional AoE damage to deal with the Naga illusions off of the Flame Guard. This is a pretty good pickup for them. I'm just curious if they're going to be able to handle the Gyrocopter, the Undying, and whatever additional hero Pupps Pals picks up here, because I expect there's going to be a lot of damage coming from the back that they're going to need to get to. I mean, they've got good jump. You got a Blink Dagger on Slardar, and even though all three of your cores are melee, they all have tools to get to the backline. So it'll be interesting to see here if Pupps Pals try to punish a triple melee core lineup by picking like a Shadow Fiend themselves or some other ranged core. Not a ton of options left in the draft in that regard. Lina, Drow, OD, Nature, Sniper, Death Prophet, Viper, all banned out. Or if they just try to have something that fights well into these very diving heroes of Drip. Oh, it's going to be the Wind Ranger. That's what they're going to find for remaining ranged core. This should be pretty straightforward. It looks like it is going to be a 3 Marcy, 4 Gyro, 5 Undying. Yep, it will be a 5 Treant Protector, Rise on the 3 Slardar, Logano on the 4 Silencer. So things go pretty much how we expect. As far as hats, this is a pretty tough one. There are very good hats all around. The Marcy is fair because there's only like the one Collector's Cache set so far. This Gyro, though, is very plain. I like this Undying, but it's not my favorite. The drip coming from Team Drip is just too much. We got the new Arcana, we got a lot of nice shiny effects all across the board. So the Drip draft will be won by Drip. But as far as the gameplay draft, I think I favor Pupps Pals here. I feel like this Wind Ranger last pick is going to be very hard for these heroes to deal with. And the fact that you have both a Tombstone and a Wind Ranger causing problems for you, and only a Silencer for ranged heroes to try to chase that down, I think is going to be a problem. But we'll see if the mobility coming out from this team is enough. All right.
The time for preparation is short.
Got Pupps Pals on the Radiant, Drip on the Dire. Team tips coming out. GLHFs from both sides. A lot of players that have been around this league for a while. I think a lot of respect between these teams from last year to this year, from where they are in the seeding right now. This is going to be quite a big match. Pupps is going to rotate up towards the Dire Outpost rune. Dire are doing the opposite on the other side, so this should just be a full flip. 2 and 2 on the runes. We'll see if we get some kind of collision back towards mid as they realize that there are no heroes at these runes. Or if it's just going to be a nice chill split.
Remember, the
Drip are going to move towards this rune and be able to push Pupps Pals back away from it, so it's looking like this is going to be 3 runes to get a nice start for Drip. And not going to have enough to contest for a first blood. The Drip will get the early advantage. As our lanes get started, let's introduce our teams. For the side of Pupps Pals, we've got Mort on the position 1 Naga Siren, supported by Sweet Poo Magoo on the Undying. Gemini on the Wind Ranger in the mid lane. Off lane, you've got Pony Ride on the position 3 Marcy, and King Henry VIII Divorce Attorney on the position 4 Gyrocopter. Going back the other way for Team Drip, you have Hedge Fund Manager, aka Zachman, on the position 1 Faceless Void, Big Iron on the 5 Treant Protector, 8 mid lane on the Ember Spirit. Rounding things off for Drip, you've got Rise on the off lane, Slardar and Logano on the position 4 Silencer. Things not getting too dicey to start out.
Denied.
Full Mango Wand build from the Undying. See if that's going to get punished into this Silencer lane. Makes it a lot harder to spam out Decay the way you want to, but it's been getting some pretty good Decay stacks so far. And starting to apply some pressure to Rise that's going to try to set up some good farm for
Hello, I'm Gabe.
Now as top lane, we get there just in time. As the King Henry VIII Divorce Attorney pick up the last touch on the Treant Protector for first blood. Leech Seed committed, but not enough. The homing missile, the dispose rebound, it's all too much. And an early start for Pupps Pals picking up first blood. Henry VIII Divorce turning to grab the pull. Oh, but the stomp from the Centaur is going to give Big Iron a chance to step in to contest. It's going to be a lot of damage onto Big Iron. Gets disposed backwards. But Pony Ride's in trouble too. The return damage coming out from that time dilation, the early point there, plus the Nature's Grasp, will force Pony Ride back and protect Big Iron. Everybody's sitting a little low up top here. I think this is going to be our high action lane. This Gyro Marcy combo is pretty brutal. You have so much catch. You have a really nice long range setup stun for homing missile, and then you just jump in there with rebound dispose. Grabs a point in sidekick to bolster that last hitting and that regen for some of that battling as the lane goes on. Let's quiet down for now. Bot lane. Logano going to pick up a kill on Sweet Poo Magoo. Maybe going to send some illusions out, but with the Guardian Sprint, Rise is going to safely get away. So far, supports traded last hit wise, looking pretty even. If we compare the actual positions, biggest difference here is probably in the mid lane, 17 to 13. Keep over Gemini.
Where's my pension?
which is a little interesting. I wouldn't think immediately that this is an Ember-favored lane, but does have a good amount of burst damage and lockdown to be able to handle a Wind Ranger. Good amount of pressure being applied by these Naugus Siren Illusions. And they get their root with the decay. Doesn't have Tombstone quite up, but they are going to finish it off with the Soul Rip to pick up the kill on the Silencer. So a nice little play there from the Pupps Palace safe lane.
No, 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 no.
We've quieted down top lane. Gyro only level 2. It does not have as much power to look for a team fight here. Is going to throw out the rocket. Zachman is going to eat it. They step back. Bot lane, they're going to use the root. Hold down Rise. Don't have the mana for a Tombstone. They use the Mango to get there, and they're going to turn towards Logano. All of the damage from the Riptide on those illusions coming out. The Tombstone placed a little off to the side, so isn't going to play a huge factor here. And Logano is going to be able to run away from these illusions and survive.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Blade, both heroes have hit level 6. I'm going to be committed yet, a little low on resources, working on the Maelstrom for the Wind Ranger. Regen Rune in the tank for 8. So potentially has the opportunity to commit some resources and maybe look for something on Gemini.
Comforting rune of regeneration.
Pony Ride in a little bit of trouble toppling and try to escape through the trees, but Big Iron has no problem walking through them and will get the bonk to finish off the kill. Still pretty even on kills here.
I accept this offer.
Gemini reaching out into the Dire jungle to find a bounty rune to refill that bottle. In bot lane, they find another kill on Logano, but it's going to come at the cost. Sweet Pumagoo, who goes down in return. We'll trade supports here. Each of the cores picking up the last hits. Now here comes a rotation from Ape. Mort does not have a lot of mana and does not quite have Song of the Siren yet. They're going to jump forward. No Searing Chains yet. Now it'll connect into the stun. This should just be a dead Naga Siren. They find the damage, they find the kill. So a very nice rotation coming out from Ape to get a key early game kill.
There is little hope for Dire's middle tower.
Gemini going to get a bit of pressure on the mid tower in response here. Ape will be coming right back in. But not too much damage here. Logano actually going to rotate here off of the respawn. Get the bottle refill. Like that'll just be some bottle service. Not going to stick around and look for anything. Falcon Blade ready on Marcy. Help with some of that mana regen. Still looking for some more levels on Gyro, but starting to catch up.
To the elemental.
Oh, Big Iron's gonna get caught going for some warding here. Gemini has the Shackle Shot and just immediately into the Focus Fire, but can Big Iron just take it off and TP away? No fear as soon as the Shackle Shot is gone. And King Henry VIII not ready, not able to get there in time with the rocket, is going to turn and use it on Faceless Void instead, knowing that Big Iron is out of the lane for a bit. Mid lane though, Ape looking for something on Gemini, dashes forward with the Remnant. Just needs one more hit. Gemini trying to bottle up to survive, the creeps spot them out. has the wind run to get away. Will be able to survive there. Rise maybe gonna look for something on board. Looks like top lane has got some action though as well. King Henry VIII Divorce Attorney maybe stepping up a little too far, trying to dodge into the trees, and we're gonna get the Chronosphere onto all three of the other heroes in the lane. Not too much damage into it, but it will be enough to secure the kill. King Henry VIII Divorce Attorney. So you'll be pretty happy with that for your first Chrono of the game. As long as it's getting a kill. Not too shabby. The erase for the top rune here. Gemini will throw out the Shackle Shot, but it's not going to be enough to stop Ape from getting the Illusion rune. That'll go into the bottle. Overall, Ape 49 and 11 to 39 and 5, coming out ahead in the mid lane and at the top of the net worth overall with the kill that they've picked up.
The Rune of Illusion.
Also, maybe thinking about moving towards Silencer, but now Ape can jump forward and so much damage on that Sleight of Fist. Gets the quick kill on Jay Gonna force a rotation here from Sweet Poo Magoo. Try to relieve some of the pressure. Tombstone comes out. It's not gonna find much as Drip step away. Top lane, Pony Ride looking for something with the Unleash, but Hedge Fund Manager regens a ton and is actually going to be in trouble, found under tower with the rotation away. So all of a sudden, Drip out to a big 7-3 kill lead, 3,000 net worth ahead, with just action all over the map. Bot lane, Mort could be in trouble here too, does not have a level in Song of the Siren yet. And the Disable coming out. The illusions actually kill Logano before Mort goes down, and Rai going to be forced to back away. So ends up being a little bit of an overcommit. That's the last fight. And I think that must have been some illusions hitting somewhere else that caused the Riptide to go, or it was just the illusions themselves getting the attacks in. I'm supposed to check the death summary.
Should look to their middle
Smart. The nice Shackle onto Ape for the rune contention is going to show them both, but there's no rune bot. Gemini will be able to run up top to grab that haste rune.
Radiant should look to their bottom.
What else we got for items? So it's a race for Maelstrom in this mid lane. It looks like Wind Ranger is a little bit closer on it, but Ape ahead with the Phase Boots Orb of Corrosion, just brown boots, not even the full null tally or Gemini. And the tower is down in the mid lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So Ape likely feeling very good about how this lane has gone. Mort gonna come back down, but Big Iron's in the area, so this could be trouble. King Henry VIII Divorce Attorney showing up as well. Has level 6 for the call down. Damage onto the Silencer is very big, but the Overgrowth going to turn around. It'll be a support for a support to start things off. Now Jane Monai is here with the Focus Fire. Rise jumps backward, has the Blink Dagger ready, but the damage coming out from Focus Fire is very big. Can Ape find the kill in time? No. Rise will go down. Now Jane Monai is going to have to try to escape. Pony Ride's in with the Unleash. And so it'll be another trade of kills. Now they get the root onto Mort. Not a lot of mana left to work with, and Ape will go down. So that ends up being a huge fight for Pupps Pals. Brings the kill lead down to 8-9, 2 for 4 there. Exactly what they're looking for. Really nice defense and really nice rotations from these players to make those kills happen. It does mean all 3 of your cores commit down to 1 lane, and Pony Ride now actually maybe stuck around a little too long. Damage comes out, and Logano finds the kill. That's going to make it not quite as sweet of a fight for Pupps Pals as it initially looked, but maybe they can find something off of the back end of things. Gemini heading back down here, but Ape is here too, and they're going to get the root. into the Arcane Curse. Very nice Shackle Shot onto 2. Might be what Gemini needs to get out of this, but no, rises in with the blink, the crush, and finds the kill. And we'll get the return with the call down and the root. Nice little setup there. Mort steps over to help find that kill. King Henry VIII's Divorce Attorney still stepping up a little bit. Find a rocket on Logano. The damage is big. Already 4 points in that homing missile. Looks like things will settle down. Through all of this, Hedge Fund Manager has been managing the hedge funds up here in the top lane. Hand of Midas ready to go, just about to a Maelstrom of their own. Not surprised to see 2 of those coming out into this Naga Siren. Was farming well in her own right, despite having a bit of a party lane bot side. Yasha ready to go. Full Manta is here. That is a 15-minute Manta style. That looks pretty nice for Mort. Pony Ride gonna get found in the trees here by Big Iron. Has to use Dispose. Turns around with Unleash, and the power shot is there, so Big Iron just disappears. Hedge Fund Manager gonna be forced to retreat. Is getting spotted out by a ward here. They're gonna get the Shackle Shot into the Focus Fire. Is gonna have to turn, but the root comes out, so not gonna be able to get away immediately off of Chronosphere, but with... Oh! The Time Walk was enough. A very nice power shot, but not quite enough to finish off the kill with the amount regen. Is going to force Hedge Fund Manager to go home. Bot lane, Sweet Pumagoo trying to hold down the fort here, with maybe too many heroes coming out. Tombstone is going to get used with the global in response. And this 3-4-5 ape in the area as well. And Henry VIII uses the call down. The zombies are doing damage, but the Tombstone does get cleaned up, and so both supports will fall for Pupps Pals. And that should be a nice, easy conversion into the bot tower. Top tower was taken in the meantime, so pretty even split as far as buildings go.
Dire structures are fortified.
And Trip, they're going to stick around down here in the Radiant Jungle. Hedge Fund Manager getting plenty of space in the triangle. And maybe make a move towards Gemini to defend this tower. Force the Wind Ranger to back away. As now Drip gonna rotate up this way.
Radiant's bottom tower is in
Nice vision secured in the Radiant Jungle for Team Trip, so that could set up things later. King Henry VIII's Divorce Attorney is going to find some of the vision here. A very nice read, seeing some of these heroes rotating back towards the mid lane. Like, both supports show up on this wave. And so King Henry VIII knows safe enough to move down here, do some dewarding. Pony Ride in the area, too, to back them up. Frame rate's getting a little laggy. Next time things slow down, I'll look into it. Sweet Pumagoo, though, is eating up a lot of damage. Ape in on the back line, looking for Gemini. They're going to get the turnaround. As Ape eating the focus fire, chasing forward now, gets the roots. Now the turn with a shackle shot, and here comes King Henry VIII's Divorce Attorney in with the call down, and now Pony Ride does get overgrowth, but it's not going to be enough. Rise and Logano fall. Ape trying to dance back in, actually gets the kill on Gemini with the Slight.
Double kill.
Now they're going to see if they can chase this Ember Spirit down. Pony Ride Unleash about to run out. Has the rebound, but nothing to bounce off of, and they're going to have to let the Ember slip away.
Radiant should look to their top.
Ends up going 2 for 3. Another pretty good fight for Pupps Pals. Hedge Fund Manager still managing to stay at the top of the network, above this Naga Siren. And 8 up at the top 2, doing a good job of finding the farm while also roping Mort into some of these fights that they don't want to take. Alright, a bit of a lull. I'm gonna see if I fix our frame rate a little bit. Gonna look a little worse for a moment.
What sort of prize is this?
Alright. Still not great, but hopefully we'll look a little better with that as well. If that does enough. Alright, so looking for the Orchid next on Mort. Maybe looking for something on Hedge Fund Manager. As a couple heroes in the area, they're going to get the rocket queued up. The homing missile does get a chance to chrono, but the call down damage is so much. He's going to have to back away, but will be enough to escape. They've got another homing missile already. Rises in the area, maybe for a turnaround. They're going to run Pony Ride up here, too. Looks like they'll get below the tower. And now here comes the rest of Drip. 8 coming in. All 10 heroes down in this part of the map. Get a Shackle onto Logano with the power shot. Pony Ride jumps forward. Still has Unleash available. 8 going to back off. They respect that and the positioning and vision Pupps pals have here. They will stick in this area, keep this kind of pushed out. Not completely relinquish control here.
Bounty.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Mid lane, some pressure coming from the illusions, but with Big Iron on this Train Protector. The shard is up, Logano almost going to get killed by this homing missile. Oh, the power shot is beautiful from Gemini. Finish off the kill.
Sing my praises.
Very nice. BKB is ready on Pony Ride's Marcy. Almost have the mechanism for Sweet Poo Magoo. Gemini working on a BKB of their own. Ape as well, almost to a BKB. Blink Dagger is ready on Treant Protector. So not the super traditional, more supporty build focused. They know that they want Big Iron setting up these fights for them. It's going to be BKBs all around pretty soon, except for the Naga Siren, who doesn't normally feel the need to get one. Just be working on as the Orchid, so we'll see what the next item is going to be. Maybe the Heart, maybe the Scotty. Probably Scotty before Heart, I think that is preferred. Or it could just finish out the Bloodthorn, but probably want some durability before that. I like this early Orchid, though. This has been a high-tempo game, 15 to 14, 22 minutes in. And so as much as you want to sit back and farm, you know that this is going to be a game that you have to contest a lot of fights in. BKB is ready on the Faceless Void. All down coming out, not finding a lot. Gemini having to dodge backwards, but here's the BKB! Chrono onto 4! It's going to be the supports that go down first in the Chrono, and then immediately turn into the Overgrowth. Song comes out from Mort, so that'll blank the Overgrowth at least. Can Pony Ride escape the pursuit of Ape? All of the BKBs were ready for this fight, just about. They're going to clear out the illusions, but the real Naga Siren is up here and has the Orchid. This will be the BKB from Ape. It's now going to turn. Naga could be in trouble, does not have the song after using it for the fight, and the damage is going to be too much. Mort gets punished for that engagement, and it ends up being 3-0 off of the back of a beautiful Chronosphere from Hedge Fund Manager, alongside that BKB reveal. That was a really nice dodge of that shackle shot.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That's actually going to move Ember Spirit up above the Naga Siren. 8k net worth
Dire's
lead,
bottom tower
despite
is under attack.
the kills being quite a bit closer than that. So
Double
Drip now
damage
looking
and power speed.
very commanding. They are going to find Lugano on this smoke invasion of the Radiant Jungle. Force Drip out of this area, resecure it so your Naga Siren can get back in here. See if they find some of these blocks. Yeah, a couple blocked camps here. As Drip look to control the pace of the farming in this game. Tons of sentries throughout this area. Keep looking to go Daedalus next. Looking for additional damage to bring to these fights. You've got all of the setup in the world, Chrono and Overgrowth. So just need ways to close out those fights. Or step up on Lugano, looking for a Aghanim Shard. Mech still not quite there from Sweet Pumagoo off after that last fight. Shard we saw on King Henry VIII working on a Yules. Likely looking to save the smoke gang comes in through the Radiant Jungle. They don't quite spot Sweet Pumagoo, who's walking back in. They're just going to get the vision control, take the Ancients. Pupps Pal's getting a good read on that. But this control of the Radiant Triangle is going to give decent setup if Drip want to go for Roche. It looks like they're mostly just going to focus on clearing out this wave top. Still playing together as they farm backwards, so knowing that they want to be ready to fight together, they have their teamfight ults back up, so they can go in whenever they'd like. Likely smoking off of that timing. And Pupps Pal's kind of the same story, farming together here on this side too. Ready for whatever comes on next. It is going to be the Heart next on Naga Siren. You're just looking for full durability there. Pony Ride working on the Basher, pretty standard setup. Now Drip's going to move back into the Radiant Jungle. The Vision does spot this, so even Ape coming all the way back here is not going to find anything, and Mort is the first one out and immediately able to find more farm top. This top tier 1 has not been finished off yet, which really gives Pupps Pals a nice pathway into the Dire Jungle, so whenever Drip put this pressure down here, Mort is right back on the top side of the map, finding farm there. All 5 Radiant Heroes topside now, so this could be a pretty open tower. Teleport status. They've got teleports available, so if they commit too hard. Oh, nothing on Mort would be a problem.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
None for Sweet Pumagoo either. Mjolnir is ready on Hedge Fund Manager, so this next Chrono is going to be a lot more scary from just their damage alone.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Fortify going to get committed here. This Pupps Pals, they're going to try to get the return tower. Tombstone going to get dropped early, expecting the rotations in, but the Fortify comes out. That tomb will just go down. That's no tombstone for this next fight. Hedge Fund Manager going to walk into a few heroes here, and a really nice blink stun from Rise. Going to hold the Chrono. They use the global, and very quickly they pick up kills on Pony Ride and King Henry VIII. Sweet Pumagoo going to be forced to TP away. Goes out towards that bottom tower to help get that wave pushing back. And now those picks will be what allow Drip to feel confident stepping into the Roche pit. Should be a pretty quick Roche. You've got a heavy right-click build coming out on Ape, and Rise has the Corrosive Phase. Yeah, that'll just go down uncontested, other than Big Iron taking a bunch of illusion damage from Mort. But Mort fully leaves that area. They don't feel like they have the tools to contest that with their heroes down, which is fair. Or maybe just not quite getting the whip of it right away. Now this top tier one will finally go down. Drip looking pretty in control with this first Roshan. Still have Chronosphere. Overgrowth will be up soon. Global will be up in 40. The pressure's on Pupps Pals to kind of dodge away. They've still got plenty of towers to work with, so they can keep finding farm, not back to their base. Heart is ready on Naga. Probably not feeling quite ready to look for a fight here, knowing that the lead has increased on the Dire side. Knight is going to get a nice little shackle on the hedge fund, but doesn't actually connect on a second target. Hopefully in King Henry VIII, taking a lot of heat, so having a bit of trouble defending these towers, but now Mort bringing the pressure bot lane. And that's going to be what pushes Drip back for now. Ape's going to rotate just to clear out these illusions. Mort has already vacated. Now they'll move back in towards the mid tower. So looking for the first tier 2 here. Ooh, a nice shackle here from Gemini onto Lugano. And Pony Ride jumps in. Can they find Hedge Fund Manager before anything can be used? They do pick off the Aegis there. Rise taking a lot of damage too, but now here comes the global, the shackle shot onto Hedge Fund Manager. It's going to stop them from being able to find a Chrono. They're going to get the deny on the tier 2 tower. I don't love that, because that's going to open up this outpost, which Drip are immediately going to take. They've got the smoke now. They're feeling confident with the Aegis down that they can make a fight happen here. Global on cooldown, but Chrono's still available. They're going to have to play around. It looks like they won't find anything with the smoke. Maybe just get control back into their triangle.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So not going to immediately look for anything here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Drip are just going to go back to the old plan before they had an Aegis. Bring the spot tower. They get the silence. Here's going to be the BKB in turn with the Chronosphere, and 2 TPs coming into the Chrono. They have to finish them because they have to be here for this fight. Overgrowth in on the back, but it looks like Rise is going to be first to fall. The damage from this Gyrocopter. Now Big Iron goes down as well. Hedge Fund Manager is left, so it's just going to be a full 3 for nothing in favor of Pupps Pals. So a really nice initial catch and response to the Chronosphere. Looks like they see Ape here. Ape's going to see the supports. Going for the outpost. Very quick. Duels out from King Henry VIII. Oh, and they get a really nice rebound onto Ape, who's going to use the BKB and has a far enough remnant, so we'll get out.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Alright, where are we at for items? As I was thinking things are settling down, but Ape does not have BKB and is just going to immediately get shackled after the root. So that is a very big kill. 500 gold going to Gemini. We're looking for more, sending these illusions after Lugano. Gemini taking a lot of
Dire's
damage,
middle tower is under attack.
likely from silencer things off of the back of that, or maybe just tower damage. I don't think it could have been tower damage. Alright, we've got Veil on the silencer alongside the shard. Working on an Assault Cuirass for Rise. That will amp up all of the damage
A soldier's fortune.
Dire side. Doesn't do a ton defensively. I guess it mitigates. Well, a lot of Wind Ranger's damage is coming from Maelstrom.
Dire's top tower is
Honey
under
Ride's damage
attack.
is pretty physical, but the Naga, a lot of her damage is coming from Riptide. Magic. Does that eventually become pure? I was thinking that was pure. It's not an amazing AC game defensively, but I think how good it is offensively is good enough, especially to help them with these tower pushes. They can get some more favorable fights off of Chronos and Overgrowths. There's more throwing out harass on Rise, but maybe doesn't realize just how close Hedge Fund Manager is here with the Chronosphere. Has the Scotty ready to go, which plays nicely against the Heart, but Naga does have a Scotty of their own. Ape working on a Lincoln Sphere.
Eager to know
Probably feeling it
Dire's
in
middle
particular
tower is under
after
attack.
that Shackle Shot kill in the mid lane. We get 3 heroes smoke up top. They're not going to find much for Drip. Does give them a chance to check Roche, but you've still got a minute
Dire's middle
before
tower is under attack.
there's a chance of Roche respawning. They're going to march up into the triangle, but not find anything as Pupps Pals are fully farming together bot side. Now we could get something as Rise rushes forward. They're going to get the stun and the overgrowth. The song is immediately there, so this should allow Pony Ride to get out. Gets the TP away.
Bottom tower
Really nice save there from Mort, but will it be at a cost of their own life? With that song no longer available, Hedge Fund Manager is going to get the Chrono, but it's just on the Naga. Do they have the damage? No, the real one has hardly taken any. Now here comes the damage as Ape steps in. They find the kill on Mort.
Killing spree.
Big Iron is going to go down in return. All of the BKBs coming out. Pony Ride running forward with that Unleash. Gets the Dispose backwards. Here's the Global now.
bottom tower is under
Dominating, I guess.
They find the kill on the Gono, finish it up. They'll get their return onto King Henry VIII. Gemini in trouble as well, running away from Rise. And so it's just going to be the supports that go down on the side of Drip. Ape maybe chasing in too long. They have a remnant they can get out to. No, it's going to be Sweet Go, and now Gemini goes down to the bashes, and Ape gets away. Full team wipe for Drip. When all is said and done, that is
Dire's top tower is
crazy
under
that that's how that ends up going.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The Drip will have a bit of time. I don't have creeps, so this tower is taking a while to take. All of that was like up the Radiant high ground before this tier 2 was even taken. And Drip still managed to get
Radiant's
the
bottom
win in that
tower
fight.
has fallen.
Got the ninja gear on Hedge Fund Manager. I haven't looked too much at neutral items. I saw this Psychic Headband get used once, and it was pretty nice. At cast range, King Henry VIII Divorce Attorney just has so much space to be able to throw out these homing missiles. Big damage. The Timeless Relic on Ape. Eyes almost done. With the AC. On the Cloak of Flames. helping deal with all of those illusions.
Where's my picture?
Coin.
Butterfly going to be the next item for Mort. So continuing to look for some durability, and all three of these heroes do rely on their right clicks. And MKB is going to get queued up by Hedge Fund Manager. And actually just fully purchased. I have checked recently that I do have a delay on my stream. But that timing was pretty remarkable on purchasing that MKB. King Henry VIII is getting a lot of damage into Hedge Fund Manager, but it's not going to be enough to survive. Just a call down, and no buyback available. They are just going to be without this gyrocopter for a while. Roshan has respawned now, and Pupps Pals are in the pit. Drip have to be thinking about going for this themselves, whether or not they think Pupps Pals are doing this. But it's not going to be in time. They get the Roshan, and Mort's just going to sing and leave to make sure there's no counter-initiate. Rise... Or actually, it ends up being Zachman gets a tombstone for their troubles. But this will be a big Aegis timing for Pupps Pals now. Makes it much harder for Drip to get into the base here. Shard also getting picked up for Gemini, so speaking of hard to get into the base, Gale Force going to literally make it difficult to walk up the high ground. As that wind actively pushes enemy heroes away. We'll see if Pupps Pals are able to make big plays of their own. Still 14,000 net worth behind. Get a route onto Lugano, but able to force staff away from the illusions while they get cleaned up. And the fights have still looked pretty even. The last fight was a big one for Drip. They are going to smoke up. Siren Song not quite available, so King Henry VIII Divorce Attorney is just going to get picked off again here. So now that Aegis threat not quite as big with a high damage support out of the equation for now. But you have to imagine Drip are mostly just going to use that for map control. Their vision, I think, has been pretty dominant overall. I'm surprised they're not finding this ward here, but yeah, I think just waiting on couriers. Yeah, just no wards on them at the moment. They're just going to keep the creep waves pushed in, make it harder for Pupps Pals to find farm. Naga Siren doesn't mind sitting in a base too much, though. Supposed to come out, they see Big Iron here, who's not caught in the trees because they're a treant protector and have keep having through them, but Gemini trying to keep putting damage into them, push them away. This is gonna be a return rocket. Doesn't have the rocket barrage on it because you need the hero that's Lotus doesn't have the rocket barrage spell themselves. It just applies a 0 level barrage to the homing missile because it counts as them casting it. But even though they have shard, you need points in the ability. Is I believe how it works. Not like most things work that way.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Ability drafters probably know exactly how it works, although I'm not positive that it works the same. Yeah, interesting interactions when Lotus Orbs get involved. Those returned spells. Alright, so this will set up Drip to take the top tower. Net worth lead has only grown since that Aegis was taken. Got the Lincoln Sphere ready. They see Mort taking this outpost. Not going to take any chances. Siren Song, teleport away. Henry VIII Divorce Attorney is going to be able to teleport away as well. So it's laying nice and pushed out now. Pupps doing a good job of not just sitting in their base and defending it, but defending it by, like, pushing things out, keeping the waves. Like, this wave's way back here. This wave's way back here. Like, there's no opportunity for Drip right now to push in. They have to get these waves going more in their favor, and it's just so hard into some of these heroes that Pupps have.
A soldier's fortune.
Ooh, Courier did die for Mort. Did that die... Is there a way that I can... no, it didn't die with the quarterstaff on it. And that is why Mort pushes out over here. Just to secure the butterfly. Yeah, the butterfly is into Hedge Fund Manager's MKB, though. They are gonna see Pony Ride here. Oh, you can see the circle right on Pony Ride's heels. Gemini may be looking for something off of the back of this. Gets the Shackle onto Lugano. Fund Manager jumping back in. Has the double damage. Pupps Pal is able to fully retreat. Aegis expires. Now, oh, they get the solo Chrono, but there's the Aeon Disc! This Chrono's hardly gonna find anything. Does eventually, with the BKB, bring down King Henry VIII. But now, no Chronosphere, no Faceless BKB. For 2 minutes and a minute and a half, respectively. Waves are crashing in, so will Drip look to make the push with the pick on the Gyrocopter? Is that enough? That is a big source of high ground defense for them. But yeah, Lotus on both supports here. The spells are very important, but there's just so many spells that keep coming out. Ooh, and they're gonna get a nice jump in off of the rebound with the BKB, but here comes Global. Just gonna silence Pony Ride, so Marcy will be the first to fall here. Can they find anything in response? Here comes the damage. Hedge Fund Manager goes down. Rise as well. Pupps Pals find 3 off of the initiation. Lugano, ooh, sneaks away with the teleport. Ape gonna stick around to apply pressure to these bottom barracks. No, is now going to TP home. There should be a chance for Pupps Pals to start pushing into the dagger side of the map. Likely cannot go high ground. Buybacks available if they need them. But enough to start taking some more tier 2s, get some map control back. All around the map. Mid tier 2 will go down. Illusion's going to be sent up the high ground. The AoE damage from the silencer and the slow isn't nothing against these Naga illusions. Looks like it'll just be the mid-tier 2. Support's not pushing out with the cores. So nobody's out here to put down wards for Pupps Pals. It's going to keep the map very dire favored. Gonna have our third Roshan respawning soon, so this is what both teams are gonna have to start thinking about. And we've seen these team fights going both ways, so it really depends who gets that initial jump, who has the catch, and can they keep them held down long enough to secure these kills. Ape has a Glaive here of their own. Oh, it's a very fast Roshan spawn. So immediately up, and Ape is going to be the first to know that that's available, unless I have to imagine some of those illusions got in. Doesn't matter, a Power Shot sees it. So both teams fully aware that Roshan is available. Hedge Fund Manager is just trying to get these illusions off of them. Some illusions are going to go sit in the pit to keep the knowledge down. Gemini is going to get rooted up. Has a DD in the tank. Still sitting on BKB. Sweet Pumagoo, though, just going to get blown up, and Gemini is very low. Is going to get the turnaround, though. Can they find this kill on Ape? It would be huge. No, here's the Chronosphere. Gemini goes down. Pony Ride as well. Global Silence to stop Mort from getting into this, who does eventually get a kill on Big Iron with these illusions, but now is just going to have to run away. They've got eyes on them. Surely they just have to song and turn, but the BKBs are here. No! It's a full team wipe. Pupps pals. They get found in their triangle. Hedge Fund Manager going to be the only one that goes for the Roshan. Everybody else just looking at this high ground. Ape gonna start getting these waves pushing back in their favor. Again, all across the map, the waves are so far out. Hedge Fund Manager is going to get this Rosh done pretty quickly. Rai's going to be here to help with the AC, with the Corrosive Haze. It's going to be plenty. And there's a Refresher Shard for the side of Drip. I don't think... It looks like it'll go to the Faceless. I don't know if they have the backpack space. Maybe we'll just swap it in after the Aegis is used, or maybe they'll pass it off to Big Iron once they're back up. Because you can use BKB on your first life, and then if you go down, refresh both the Chrono and the BKB just by swapping in the shard while you respawn. I'm guessing that'll be the plan, the way they have this set up. So now they're going to immediately run up the high ground here. No Naga for another 10 seconds. They don't want to use the buyback at this point. The tier 3 is going to go down, but they get their Sables onto Hedge Fund Manager. They find the first kill. No, and the cheese is there for Rise, but will continue going down. But look at the crits for Ape. They find the kill on Pony Ride. No buyback available for Marcy. Sweet Pumagoo does have it, and Mort is back up. Gemini already a little low to start this fight. But Mort is here. They're going to push Drip back out with these illusions and with Rise down. Lotus comes out to return the missile. Does eventually connect. So look towards the barracks. You have the Gleipnir on Hedge Fund Manager. Has the Lincoln Sphere, but the Chrono only hits one! It's just the Gyro. Gemini dodges it! The Ace will go down, but has the buyback. Hedge Fund Manager now gonna buy it. BKB. They try to back away. Gemini gets the Gleipnir onto Ape. The damage from the illusions. They're gonna have to BKB as well. And Drip is now gonna be fully on the retreat. More running out of base, looking for more. Looks like they'll just clear out the creeps. Send the illusions up scouting. So it ends up just being a tier 3 and a little bit of barrack damage. Still have the Aegis. And Rise respawning soon. Another 230-ish on the Aegis means they definitely have the chance to make another fight happen. Actually did use the Refresher Shard to ensure Chrono's back up. Are Pupps pals aware that they even had this? Is it going to matter? No! Already down, but we'll have Chrono when they respawn. So there's still a chance, and now here's the Overgrowth dodged by Mort. But Gemini, all of the damage is there. Now a huge jump from Marcy, all three caught, but now here's the Chrono's turn. The Aeon Disc pops. Pony Ride looks like they'll be the target, but it ends. Here comes the Tombstone. Mort now. They have the damage. Hedge Fund Manager goes down. Ape is taking so much damage from the Rocket Barrage. Henry VIII is surviving. Ape goes down. It's only Rise. The Naga song is going to give them some time to regen. They cancel it immediately. Turn on to Rise. Full team wipe for Pupps pals. Oh, but the Remnant in finds the kill on King Henry VIII. The buyback. It's going to find Mort as well. It's a triple kill for Ape on an amazing buyback. Tips come out for Drip. And now Ape is the only hero alive that fully secures a reverse team wipe. And this is going to be Ember Spirit into the base, forcing buybacks from Pupps pals. Unite doing what they can, but the damage is immense. These crits. Remnant's back. This is a level 30 Ember Spirit. Dream and I just trying to get away, but but
guess.
bouncing around everywhere. That fully consumed Aghanim Scepter.
The silence.
Gemini goes down, no Wind Ranger for 2 minutes. Naga's still down for 50. Hoping to not have to use more buybacks here. As Wind Ranger and Marcy already having to commit them. They're gonna concede these racks.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Naga, the only buyback available on the Radiant side. Ape gonna get some damage on the tier 4s. Ponyride's the only one available, and all of Drip is respawning. This surely isn't just the game here. Oh, they're gonna have to wait out the Naga buyback. It feels so bad. You have to watch the tier 4s go down because you need that buyback for the next fight. But is it even going to be a fight? The Ancient is already being hit. Naga is back. Can they do anything to defend? They do not have their Fortify available. The Global comes out, and now here's the Chronosphere. This should just be it. Hedge Fund Manager is so low, but it's not going to be enough. Here come the supports. Can they find anything? No, rises immediately onto Sweet Moon Lagoon, goes down. Gets the BKB to survive the call down. Mort trying to dance through this fight, move the illusions through, but it's getting bashed up. They get the turnaround, they get the dodge. Can Mort do this alone? Only Pupps Pal's here remaining. Ape has the damage, the Tombstone is here to help. Mort is going to go down, has buyback, one last chance. Naga against the world. Damage comes out, here's the song, just to buy a little amount of time, maybe get J Money alive, maybe find a kill onto Ape. But this hero is just too hard to lock down. The Lincoln Sphere, how can you do anything to all of these heroes, all of the Lotus Orbs, and no matter who you go on, everybody else is hitting the Ancient. They're gonna find Hedge Fund Manager, but it's not enough. The Ancient is finished. Team Drip takes game 1 in spectacular fashion. Whew, we knew it was going to be a good series. But that was insane. Oh. I mean, you look at this graph, at this graph, and you think like, oh, this was just like a slow farming victory for Drip. And then you look at the kills, you look at how the game actually went. I mean, that was back and forth the whole way, despite how much of a lead there was there. Just absolutely crazy fights. I mean, 17-3, 15-3 on the 1-2 duo. I can't believe how quickly this Ember Spirit got to level 30. I think it was all... It had to have just been a massive amount of XP off of that fight at the end. Yeah, off of the buyback. Just what an incredible buyback remnant. Like, what a good read. Whoever made the call, or if it was just Ape, knowing themselves, like, I left that remnant there. I have the damage. They were all low. They're out of resources, because they used Naga Song to commit back onto Ape to secure the fight. Oh, man. That was such a beautiful play. That's the play of the game there. Man, what a weird net worth graph. Just these two heroes from Drip. Like, that's where your whole net worth lead is that it's like, Naga is right up with Zach, man, but then Ember's right there as well. Like, it's two heroes at the top with the Naga. Naga was on top at some points, but it just bounces around, and then the other cores... Like, it's Wind Ranger locked up with the Slardar up here, and the Marcy being just a bit behind that, closer to the supports. Like, that net worth gap just was insurmountable for Pupps Pals, which is why your graph looks like this, despite how much of an action-packed game that was. Whew. Support MVP... This is a lot of support gold spent by Logano. And the vision control, it's going to be Logano, because the vision control for Drip, I think, was a huge factor in how this game goes. it felt like there was so much more space that Drip had to work with, and like part of it was because they had this lead throughout the game, but it was also like that lead came from them having the ability to play on so much of the map that just gets locked up by Lugano getting all of this deep vision out. Yeah, overall MVP though, I mean Ape with that buyback, the level 30 Ember, top of the net worth when all is said and done, absolutely bonkers. Alright. We're gonna take a little break. We'll be back soon with what should be an even more exciting game 2. I am very much looking forward to it, so stick around. All right, everybody, we're back for game number 2. Team Drip taking a very exciting game 1. Pupps Pals looking to bounce back in this best of 2 series, even things up. Drip opted for Dire this game. Pupps Pals took first pick. So we will see what they look to draft here.
It is Dire's ban.
They're going to ban Silencer Razor. So leave the Lena ban to Team Drip. Makes a little bit of an interesting situation because you either have to ban Lena or Dawnbreaker, as I imagine the plan here for Pupps Pals. It will be Lena banned out. So I would expect to see Dawnbreaker picked up first here for Pupps Pals, but maybe they don't. Yeah, they overall prioritize it. It is their most played hero. It creates so much pressure. I'm going to refresh myself on where they like to play it. I think in the off.
10 seconds remain.
Curious if they've played it. I think they've played it mid as well. Potentially. No, I think just offlane.
Dire's turn to pick.
Riki.
Radiant's turn to pick.
And I'm trying to recall. I believe some players were swapped around for Pupps Pals. It's gonna be Riki, Death Prophet for Team Drip.
10 seconds.
Unless I'm remembering wrong, and these players' names will change once we're into the game. So we had Pony Ride last game, and Mort. So Pope Sean Paul the 69th might be Pony Ride, and Muggy might be Mort. I do not recall. So we'll see how that ends up playing out for this draft. Yeah, I believe this will be a Dawnbreaker offlane. The Riki Death Prophet might just be the offlane in response. It was a pretty quick pickup for Drip. And Pupps Pal is going to go immediately to the Zeus. So looking for kind of that global presence gives them the vision to spot out the Riki. Respect ban going to come out to the Faceless Void, as well as that Silencer was a new ban for Pupps Pals this game. Maybe would have been their plan had they had first pick last game. They would go like if Silencer is basically their third priority ban, and that's why Drip pick it up on 1. Nature's Prophet can be banned out. I'm pretty sure we've seen Pupps Pals do this full global team comp before, and it's really scary. I don't know if they've ever actually gotten all 3. But they've played the Nature's Prophet quite a bit, or set up with the Dawnbreaker. I also like this Riki pick from Drip to kind of protect against, like, as a block pick from Pupps Pals, because Dawnbreaker Riki is a really, really nice combo.
It is Radiant's ban.
Beazles and Ember both going to get banned out. Nagasarian as well. So we're going to have a pretty different lineup. I mean, already 4 new heroes, and a lot of heroes from last game continuing to get banned.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds. Dire's turn to ban.
Probably just going to be the last ban for Pupps Pals. Which makes sense, I think, into the Riki. Like, knowing that Drip has played Core Pudge, the Riki setup for the hook is really, really hard to deal with.
5 seconds.
Was a pretty good one to get out of the way.
I must choose.
Route Ranger. Gonna be the final ban in the mid phase. Yeah, the Naga Siren plus ranged cores
10
definitely looks like
seconds
trying to protect sort of a similar
5
frontline
seconds remain.
dive heavy draft coming out from Drip as we saw last game. Also just good heroes to sit behind a Dawnbreaker. Like you do already have that Zeus for that kind of role. But really makes sure that they don't have too much damage sitting behind a Dawnbreaker, and if they lean more into it with like another frontline hero. Drip giving a bit more thought to this pick here. Eating into the reserve time. I would imagine they are looking for their 5, but maybe want to pick up a core, another core earlier.
Radiant must choose.
That'll just be the Disruptor. I like that a lot as the answer to the Dawnbreaker. Makes it a lot harder for Dawn to play into these fights as long as Disruptor is on top of their game. Because just as soon as the Dawnbreaker lands in the fight, glimpse her right back.
10 seconds.
And that ensures
5
the Dawnbreakers
seconds
can't fully
remain.
abuse this global movement. The Treant Protector are going to get grabbed for Pupps Pals. Stolen away from Big Iron, who played it last game. Though I don't think with the Ricky Disruptor they would have been looking to pick it this game. But
10
again, it's
seconds
one of the
remain.
strongest, if not the strongest, supports right now. Does give you more frontline,
5
so sets up
seconds.
maybe... I mean, Sniper's still in the pool. That's a hero that doesn't make it this deep into the draft. In a lot of these games, Shadow Fiend as well.
Diamond's turn to pick.
It is going to be the Sniper. Yeah. So yeah, you now have Sniper Zeus. I think this is looking more like a support Zeus game. But I could... yeah, it could go either way. You could still play a mid Zeus 1 Sniper.
10
I'm
seconds.
thinking this is a 4 Zeus mid Sniper.
5 seconds to remain.
Honestly, the Sniper can be flexed however they like the lanes more. Drip gonna grab the Marcy that Pupps Pals played last game, so I think this will be another 3 Marcy. Puts the Death Prophet in the mid lane. Could be a core, like a 1 Marcy. I think at least one team has gotten away with that in the league recently. I don't know how good I think it is. But I mean, we saw the Marcy was very effective from Pony Ride for Pupps Pals out of the offlane last game, so I definitely think the 3 Marcy is pretty solid right now. Gives you good fight set up by the Disruptor as well. Again, you don't have a ton of the big team fight lockdown, but you have it softly in a few places. Like you have the rebounds in... You have the kinetic field and the static storm from the Disruptor.
Remain.
Like, it's not as much hard disable or as big
5
AoEs, but it's still pretty similar. And still, like, pretty good team fight from... And then, obviously, you have, like, the Exo for big damage into the fights, and just Death Prophet in general. And Marcy have a ton of damage in areas...
10 seconds. 5 seconds remain.
Alright, last couple bans. Tiny,
Bans
Leshrac,
turn to ban.
Huskar. Pupps Pals. Maybe just worried about a last pick Huskar sneaking in if what they feel like they're drafting doesn't play too well into it. Does obviously give very good dive onto sniper and whatnot.
10 seconds remain.
Grip played it.
5 seconds.
Grip haven't played it before, so maybe it wouldn't be a huge concern, but still, probably is a good enough answer to what they're looking at. Outworld Destroyer going to be the final ban from Team Drip. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Not a ton of position, like more mids getting banned out from Drip. I was thinking it's more likely we see this sniper in the mid lane, and we get like a durable position 1 to really finish out the front line. Especially something with jump. Like something, I mean, maybe if they have Ember on Pupps Pals, if that's in their pool, they pick it up here. I don't think they've played it. But could still be in the cards. Maybe a Queen of Pain.
Dire's turn to pick.
Ooh, it's Chaos Knight. Okay, so yes, it is a mid sniper. And that's not exactly dive, but it is reposition and really good frontline. Like, it's... You're so reliant on this Ricky Marcy to get on this sniper Zeus.
10 seconds.
I wonder if there is a world where the sniper is a support.
5 seconds remain.
I don't know if anybody on Pupps Pals plays it. But you potentially... I don't think you prefer that damage. But it would round out your damage a little better. Because Dawnbreaker does a decent amount of physical damage. And you obviously would only have physical coming from Sniper and Chaos Knight. I mean, I'd say Dawnbreaker's pretty mixed. But it might be a nice little surprise way to switch up the draft. I don't know how you like the lanes here. Because I'm pretty sure... This kind of has to be a mid-Death Prophet. Like, the Team Drip draft is quite straightforward. And I think you like the sniper matchup with Death Prophet.
Earth shaking.
Oh! Never mind. This draft is not straightforward at all. It's going to be a mid-Earthshaker 1 Marcy. Off-lane Death Prophet. They were not happy with me saying that it was a straightforward draft, so they picked Earthshaker instead. I don't know that I like a mid-Earthshaker here that much, is the thing. Like, Echo Slam does not... Like, Echo Slam is obviously an answer for illusion heroes, and Chaos Knight is an illusion hero. But Chaos Knight's illusions are incredibly durable. Like, the point of the hero is that you get Armlet, and the illusions abuse Armlet in a weird way. And, like, Echo Slam does not feel like it does that much to illusions. This is also going to be a really, really hard mid lane for an Earthshaker into a sniper. As far as Drip, there is, and by that I mean Hat's draft, not the team that's in the match. It's close. The lack of a set on the Dawnbreaker is a little hard because there are options for Dawn. There's not a ton, but they're there. But there is an Arcana on Zeus, there's the Arcana on Earthshaker. I think Team Drip still have the Drip advantage. Having a set for Marcy, after not having a set for Marcy last game, that one also does a lot for you. So, Drip living up to their names once again. But as far as the actual draft, I really don't like this last pick, Earthshaker. I would love to be proven wrong, because I like watching Earthshaker. I like playing Earthshaker. Not as a core, mostly, but I mean, it does give you an amount of, like, disable with the fissure onto the sniper. So maybe that's enough. I'm not sure. Okay, also those were just different Steam names than in-game names, so it is all the same players from Pupps Pals. Which I should have expected, because I think they only have 5 on their roster anyway. But I wasn't positive. So it is going to be Gemini on the mid sniper, Pony Ride, position 3 Dawnbreaker, Sweet
30
Poo
seconds
Magoo
to
on
battle.
the 5, Treant Protector, Mort on the safe lane, Chaos Knight, and King Henry VIII Divorce Attorney on the pause for Zeus, starting out with Boots of Speed. And in direct contrast to last game, no big map movements being made. It looks like they'll start to reach out, kind of both expected each other to make a
The
movement
fate
and
of the
stuck around.
universe and the pride of 10 people on the line.
It looks like it'll be a
This
simple
is Dota.
standard rune trade here. For the side of Drip on the Dire, it's going to be Ape on a mid-Earthshaker, starting off with that fissure block. Logano on the position 4. Ricky, Rise on the position 3. Death Prophet. Safe Lane, Marcy Carey from Hedge Fund Manager. And Big Iron on the Disruptor, position 5. And the Lightning's immediately going to start getting thrown around between this Disruptor and Zeus. The Thunder Strike starting things off. Okay, 4 last hits already for Ape. Trying to prove me wrong on this pick that I didn't like.
Consider yourself denied.
Kumagoo already a little low down here in the bottom lane, probably trading with Rise. Upside, Hedge Fund Manager already eating some harass as well. Trying to step up with the Lightning Bolt. Don't have another Celestial Hammer for a little bit. Lane's still pretty even. Do we have any other... Ooh, many bracers. I guess this makes sense. You just go... Or sorry, many gauntlets of strength. You're gonna go bracer Soul Ring. On the Dawnbreaker is pretty standard. Magic Stick, because there's a Zeus in your lane. On both heroes. The last hitting's still very even between Gemini and Ape. The harass definitely favoring the sniper a bit, but a nice fissure. Looks like probably gonna grab a bottle on Gemini. Maybe this is a bottle on the way out.
Thanks and have fun.
Already, and I miss First Blood as we are off to do. It's King Henry VIII Divorce Attorney picking up the First Blood on the position 1 Marcy. That was the bottle on the way for the Earthshaker. So at least I was right about what I was missing First Blood over. They're going to keep applying the pressure, but a nice rebound to save Big Iron as the damage comes out.
Tower is in.
Gets the fissure stun up. Ooh, doesn't quite connect with the Enchant Totem stun. And now a little bit caught up high ground, but doing pretty well on health. We're not in too much danger yet. Last hit's very even, except for this Death Prophet, who has only 3. So already a 1k gold lead with the First Blood and the pressure coming out from this Treant Protector Chaos Knight lane. Big Mango build from Sweet Poo Magoo again. Logano gonna get a nice little pull as that last creep dies. Logano maybe a little too far forward here. Nope, has the tricks of the trade. Get away. Top lane. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, King Henry VIII Divorce Attorney. I will catch one of these kills eventually, I promise. But yeah, another kill picked up by the Zeus. Ape gonna run over, likes making this move to opposite jungle for the Bounty Rune bottle fill. Double Wraithband Shrapnel build for Gemini. Boots coming out, no bottle. They're gonna get the Reality Rift back onto Rise. but won't turn that into too much else. The harass coming out. Hedge Fund Manager low again. Zeus already has mana boots off of those 2 kills. 4 minutes in, did not go very much else for starting items. Is gonna eat the Thunder Shock. Thunder Strike. I'm gonna mess up these abilities. Lightning Bolt, Thunder Strike. They're the same names. Arc Lightning. We'll get there. Mid lane, Ape's still, like, dead even with Gemini. Really impressed by this mid Earthshaker so far, just on how the lane is going. I think the Fissure really does play into it quite a bit. Lugano gonna get a nice pickup of the pulled creeps. Smart is getting good farm in the meantime, though. The Heavenly jump forward towards Big Iron. He's gonna get glimpsed back, and now has to be careful. They get one more attack. Can they find it? Turns with the Lightning Bolt. Starbreaker connects onto Big Iron, but not going to be enough for Pony Ride to keep pursuing. A lot of pressure being put on this Marcy, but this lane is going pretty even as now, is going to be able to rebound away. Gets the Dispose under tower, but the Starbreaker stun is there. And Hedge Fund Manager is going to fall again. Pony Ride might pay for this. Nice glimpse back into the tower. Mid lane, Echo Slam getting used. One more hit would bring down Gemini. Are they able to get the distance? Stops the tree. The Enchant Stun doesn't quite connect. Now Ape may be in trouble. Not much mana on this Sniper, though. No regen at all other than a Clarity. This last Tango getting used. Oh, and Ape finds their regen rune. The full bottle plus their regen. It's going to be hard for Gemini to step back up. Nice dodge of the Fissure. Ape going to fully chase under. Zeus rotating in is going to force Ape to back off. Mana Boots are here, and the Assassinate. Ape could have extended too far for this. Lightning Bolt back up in just a second. Gonna come out. Do they have the damage, though, for the speed? No more interrupts. Means Ape is going to get away and just goes right back to the mid tower to keep on farming. Ricky getting bullied out of lane, down bot side. Not too unexpected. They'll apply a little more pressure to Rise, but not enough to find a kill here. Scan from King Henry VIII, but Logano's rotating up here for the bottle service. They get the Blink Strike into the Fissure. Silence as well. Big Iron's here too. Can they get the glimpse back? They are. They're ready for it though. Here comes the Shrapnel. Will that be enough? Okay, this Thunder Strike surely is enough. But this is kind of space created, and it's all just for a kill of a position 5, or of a position 4 by a position 5. So a lot committed to chase down that Zeus. Alright, Power Tread's ready. On the Sniper, Rise going right for a mech build. Guardian Greaves. This item has been looking very, very good on offlaners in general right now. So I like seeing it come out. Won't be the standard, as standard of a build for Rise, because now when he committed on with the Chaos Strike, the Spirit Siphon will pretty much fully heal up damage. Ape maybe gonna make a rotation down here now. Maybe just for the runes, but has the Invis rune, so could make a play. Has Echo Slam back up. If Mort gets the mana to commit Phantasm, make for a big Echo Slam. It's gonna step back into the creeps with the Invis rune. They're gonna immediately Echo Slam with the Spirit Siphon. Disappears, but it's a trade top lane. They get Hedge Fund Manager and the Courier. They're looking for Sweet Pumagoo. It is going to be able to escape into the trees. I unfortunately could not watch 2 ganks at once. This looks like it wasn't even a gank top. So it's just a full trade of position 1s, and the favor is towards Pupps Pals. And now Big Iron is going to go down as well. This Dawnbreaker Zeus offlane is just shredding the enemy safe lane. And look at this now. Full top of the last hits. If we switch to net worth, same story. Mid lane though, this could be the return kill they need. It is the Fissure set up with Logano there. Well, this is going to be a DD rune for Ape as well. If they choose to get it. We'll probably for now just put some more damage on the tower. Ryze has Exorcism, Arcane Boots. Decent amount of a mechanism. The Armlet Ape is going to use the double damage rune, find the kill on Sweet Pupps over sitting by bounty runes. Gemini rotates down here though. They have the Static Storm. Ryze will go down, but it looks like they can get their return kill. No, he's going to be able to step away in a really nice Solar Guardian. No, Gemini eventually goes down. Can they get the return on to Ape? They can. The Chaos Bolt, the Reality Rift, it's all too much control. So double kill for Mort means this ends up being in Pupps Pal's favor once again. Does break up your net worth a little bit. Ape breaking in at the number 2 spot now. Mort ends up going top immediately after that fight. The hedge fund manager going to have to be a little bit careful. Is going to turn with the Unleash and the Dispose though. Mort has the Phantasm, and it's the Illusion that gets cleaned up first. And so both cores will just back away. Ult's committed. Not much gained either way.
Earth first.
Like it'll be Dragonlance first for Gemini. Pretty standard stuff for Sniper. Pony Ride, nothing in the queue. Wouldn't be surprised to see an early BKB. Might also be sitting on money for a Shard or a Blink. Logano has the mana boots. 12 minutes. Looks like it won't be an immediate Shard pickup. That 15-minute timing. Very, very important to watch for this rookie.
Scanning for enemies.
Armlet is done, and there's going to be a smoke. Mort and the supports. They're going to move towards Ape. Or maybe up into the jungle. The way the creeps are hitting right now means it's not the perfect time to go. Meanwhile, bot side gets away with a very nice TP from Pony Ride through the Static Storm. And now mid lane, the smoke is going to connect onto Ape, and Dawnbreaker is going to come in with the Solar Guardian as well. This will be an easy tower push. We'll use the Phantasm as well.
Is now active.
Exorcism's still available, so I imagine this will just be a trade of towers unless they commit their resources to go defend it. Yeah, they are going to use the Exorcism on Ryze to pressure this tower. Has the mechanism on the way out. Pupps Pals used the fortification, but it looks like instead they're going to turn towards Hedge Fund Manager, hitting the tower top. Not a lot of mana on King Henry VIII's Divorce Attorney. Everybody else not quite arriving in time to do much about that. The fact that they all rotate up top means that it's just fully allowing the bottom tower to go down. Oh no, they do still have the Fortify, so they'll use that there. Mort's going to rotate down here, immediately finds Big Iron. Chaos Bolt, Reality Rift, nope. See you later. The glimpse on the Thunder God's Wrath is not enough to finish the kill on Big Iron. Super Magoo eventually arrives, feeling very sad to see a tower dead already as a Treant Protector.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But it's just the one. So we'll have plenty of time to get more. And it looks like this will be a trade. The top tier 1.
Dire structures are fortified.
That's your last fort for a while. I mean, I don't expect a lot of pressure to be coming out on tier 2 towers. But with a sniper and a Chaos Knight, maybe they look to make a play based on that. Because the tier 1 already down. So no free fortification on that one. Rip once again infesting this Radiant jungle early in the game. Gemini gonna step up into quite a few heroes. They don't have the sleep dart yet. They will set up with the blink strike. When they get the swap back, the glimpse back, but it doesn't do much. And Pony rides in. Disruptor immediately gets blown up. Drops the static storm in time though, and with the dispose, that does mean that they'll get the kill on Pony Ride. But now here's the overgrowth into two more kills on Lugano and Rise. Very nicely played by Sweet Poo Magoo. And both of those kills go to Gemini. And now, top 3 net worth, not by a huge margin, 3,000 overall. Most of it's the difference between the Sniper and the Death Prophet, as well as this extra gold that's on Zeus from getting some of these kills. But it is a pretty big lead. And with the Zeus on the support, it's going to be a lot harder for Grip to have the vision control that they did last game. We see these wards getting dewarded immediately. We do see some nice rewards. Both teams have an observer in this spot to watch the bounty rune and this staircase. Yeah, like this ward, you gotta start doing the kind of funky wards that are not where a Zeus will be expecting to look. Because otherwise your wards are never going to stick around long on the map. Henry VIII Divorce Attorney has this Aether Lens, so able to just sit in the trees and throw damage out towards Hedge Fund Manager.
The Dire scan, on the hunt for Radiant forces.
Scan is going to see a few. You kind of already knew that some heroes were playing in this area. Not sure exactly what they're looking for with that scan. Mask of Madness ready on Sniper. Mana Boots looking to go an early Lotus on Sweet Poo Magoo. Big Iron right into the Ags before even an Aether Lens or a Force Staff. So looking to get that mute early. Try to turn the tide of some of these team fights. Desolator is ready on Pony Ride. That's what they were saving up for. So you've now got a really nice set of armor corruption between the Reality Rift and the Desolator. It's just going to set up your Sniper to do even more damage out of your backline. I like that. I think I like that build here for the side of Pupps Pals. Mono scouting things out, gets a sleep dart onto the Zeus, but Gemini's right here. It's going to have the damage. Will be able to turn. The Echo Slam comes out, kills King Henry VIII Divorce Attorney, but no one else, and the Reality Rift means that 8 gets picked up. So 2 for 1 as the Ricky and Earthshaker go down and trade for the Zeus.
Radiant's bottom tower is in danger.
What other items? Echo Saber ready on Chaos Knight. Pretty standard stuff. Battle Fury on Hedge Fund Manager. The Core Marcy. So is going to be dishing out a lot of AoE damage. I do like that as an answer for the Chaos Knight illusions more than the Echo Slam. Lugano is going to fully miss this. They're going to know. They're immediately going to pick off Big Iron. Hedge Fund Manager going to have to get out. Reality Rift is going to be back up, and they pull them back in, find the kill, catch the Marcy farming, and they're going to steal this Ancient stack. Logano wants to do something to stop this, but it will just be an immediate death. They see this Observer Ward appear, they see Logano dodging out of the Sentry. Drop another one. Playing with fire a little bit here.
Dire's bottom tower is in danger. Dire have fortified their
Force staff can be worked on. King Henry VIII. They are going to spot Logano here. They have the vision. And when Mort sees an enemy support, that enemy support sees their death. As the damage is just huge immediately from this Chaos Knight. 5k net worth lead for Pupps Pals now. Looking to take this game to even out the series. As now Riot's going to step up too close, trying to defend this tower and just get picked off. Damage is so big from this Chaos Knight sniper. Hedgehog Manager and Big Iron trying to find some more space into this triangle to get the ward down. But it's so scary to play around this kind of death ball that's forming for Pupps Pals. And with the Dawnbreaker, who can just step aside, already 6 stacks on this Desolator. If the Dawnbreaker can just go farm where she wants and teleport in whenever. But maybe look to set up something around the mid tower. Logano going to get a sleep on a pony ride. They get the Static Storm, but it's not onto too many heroes. They're able to dodge out of it, and now the damage is going to come out. Rise goes down very quickly. Hedge Fund Manager looking for something with the Unleash, but now just trying to escape in the Reality Rift. Comes out and pulls them back in. So 2 more heroes, this time both cores.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Pupps Pals, this is going to open the door for them to take an early mid-tier 2 tower. 22 minutes in.
Dire's middle tower is no more.
Gonna get a sleep dart onto Zeus, but 4 is down and so many heroes in this area that's just going to be more of a nuisance than anything.
What sort of cards is this?
And with the outpost, with the tier 2 tower, Pupps Pals immediately going to look to turn this into a Roshan. Echo Slam was committed in that last fight, and so even though the Blink Dagger is ready to go on the Earthshaker, there's not going to be much that they can do to contest this first Roshan, first Aegis. We'll see who they choose to put it on. It is going to be Chaos Knight. I feel like they could get away with putting it on one of their other cores. Chaos Knight feels very difficult to kill right now. But if he dies, the fight is also pretty over, with just how big he has been in all of their early fighting. And the fact that Pupps Pals have been able to play around Mort, and Mort is continuing to be top of the net worth, despite being part of a lot of fights. Like 6-1 and 6 is pretty significant at this point.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Warrior position 1. Which means the Pupps Pals are kind of getting everything they want at this point. You know, they're getting the fights, they're bringing the early pressure. It's being too much for this team of Drip, and they're not finding the space to get their cores bigger. They are going to find some space now, but it's going to likely be at the cost of another tier 2 tower. Fortification already used. Logano looking to deter it as much as they can while their cores farm away. So Ape working on the BKB. Could have that now, it looks like, or at least is very close to it. Rise is finished. Greaves going to go for a Shiva's Guard next. Hedge Fund Manager has Blink Dagger, working on BKB. A little surprised to see the Blink come out before the BKB, because I feel like at this point you really just want to farm safely, and the Blink Dagger is purely going to do things for your fights. And it feels like it's going to be a while before you feel particularly safe taking a fight as Team Drip into this Pupps Pals team. Logano going to get spotted, but has the Blink Strike away. Oh, but we'll spot with the Thunder God's Wrath. And with the stun into the Assassinate. It's all, once again, just too much. Rip are still finding this space, however, throughout the map, and more maybe teleporting down into a dangerous location. Oh, King Henry VIII's Divorce Attorney going to walk right into Hedge Fund Manager, just blinks away. They have the Assassinate, so they might still have follow-up. Sweet Queen Magoo can get there with no overgrowth. Could be a really big find. Slow that BKB progress down even more. Looks like the Blink Dagger will be enough. Safely get away, unless they step back in, Reality Rift into the Chaos Bolt. Here comes the Dawnbreaker, the Solar Guardian comes in, immediately gone, glimpse back, so Pony Ride won't be here, and the Static Storm is just going to allow everyone to back away for the side of Drip. So a really nice pick-off. Things continue to go Pupps Pal's way. Now fully top of the net worth with these two cores. Dawnbreaker now getting ahead of the Earthshaker. Very back and forth in their farm right now. Oh, Logano going to step up to try to get some D-wards. Those turn invisible, they don't have a blue ward here, so it is going to be a sleep. The Chaos Knight, Tricks of the Trade away. And nicely positioned teammates to get the Blink Strike. We'll survive a scary engagement, but Pupps Pals with this Aegis, 26 minutes in. Look at the damage being dealt to this tier 3 tower. You get the Sleep Dart onto the Chaos Knight, but with the Desolator from Pony Ride, that tower is just going to fall. And they're not going to stop there. All of the heroes are up on Drip. They're trying to figure out how they make this fight happen. They can maybe get a kill on Mort here. Setting up the high ground. Oh, the damage on Hedge Fund Manager from all the way back here from J-Manai. It's so much. And that's a blink forward, but immediately slept. So Mort might, will expend the Aegis here. Pony Ride's in with the BKB. They get the stuns up onto Logano. And the barracks go down. Logano's going to buy back. Rise commits the Exorcism, is already dead. Hedge Fund Manager now, the BKB, the Static Storm is going to do nothing to save them. Echo Slam comes in, that's a lot of damage onto Sweet Poo Magoo, but that's just the Treant Protector. Now they're going to turn back towards Big Iron. With the Reality Rift, can they find Ape? No, we'll be able to escape into base. Oh, the glimpse with the buyback. They were hoping that it could pull them back far enough to find that catch on the back. Peaky little Sleep Dart from Logano. It's just going to do a little bit to slow Pupps Pals down. They try to retreat. Oh no, still chasing forward. Is going to step under a blue ward now. Oh no.
Dead.
That's a dieback. That's no Ricky for a minute. The dominance in this game, too, from Pupps Pals continues. Mort splitting the Echo Saber for the BKB, which likely means... Oh, it's going to be Shard next. Eventually we should see a Bloodthorn. It's usually what the Oblivion Staff ends up getting used for. Big Iron's still so far away from this Aghanim Scepter. It would do so much for their team if they can stop some of these BKBs from coming into play. Bull Mjolnir on J-Manai. Hurricane Pike now. So even more tools to survive in these fights and sit as far back as possible. This frontline heavy backline damage draft. Looking very good from Pupps Pals. Pony Ride getting slept up the high ground under the tower. Tower's still getting chipped away. Lincoln from Mort is just going to get glimpsed back. Pony Ride stepping up now, going to eat another Sleep Dart. They're going to split things up and has the shard on Ape, so that is going to be another stun onto Gemini. But, I mean, the damage... There's just nothing they can do to save their barracks. This is going to be another set of barracks down before 30 minutes. Underworld's Wrath comes out. Here's the Exorcism. Mort has to pop BKB to get away. A nice blink strike in. Now Hedge Fund Manager gets the catch on King Henry. Mort's attorney, but no, they just the immediate turnaround with the jump away. And so it's only Marcy that ends up dying. 20,000 net worth lead. Zeus has the exact same amount of gold as Death Prophet, which doesn't sound too surprising until you remember this is a support Zeus. Oh, now they get the jump in onto Rise. The Exorcism is gone. No Death Prophet for a while. Mort playing with fire a little bit, but is going to be able to get out. And without that durability, that will finally force Pupps to retreat off of the high ground, but just absolutely dominant game coming out here. 29-9. 21,000 net worth lead. Zeus working on the Aghanim Scepter, but Nimbus going to make it even harder for Team Drip to be able to get into the back line. He has the BKB, working on the Ags to get more jump forward. The Iron about half of the way to this Aghanim Scepter. Rise just has the plate mail for the Shivas. Hedge Manager still has not managed to get the gold for the BKB. Lotus Orb on Sweet Pumagoo. Gemini working on a BKB now. Mort. What is this single overaction? What's on the courier? Nothing.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Is that just for a new Echo Saber for now? Is the damage from the low ground still? It's gonna take out another tier 3. I mean, Drip, they need to find a way to stop this from being very early mega creeps. Undergod's Wrath gonna scout out where these heroes are positioned. More jumps forward. Ooh, they don't quite get the catch in the kinetic field. And this last set of barracks is already falling low. One goes down. The Exorcism gonna get committed, but they just return with the BKBs. Static Storm not finding much as Big Iron goes down. Marcy trying to turn, finally has the BKB. Can they get the return kill onto Pony Ride? No, is going to get force staffed away. And now it's Hedge Fund Manager that goes down.
Double kill.
And GG will be called. So Pupps Pals, after losing an incredible game 1, bounce back in very convincing fashion to win game 2, 33-9. More than a kill per minute at the end of the day as they split the series. So we knew that this would be a very competitive matchup, and has often happened in Sange Division, which to me is the most competitive division of the league. Another series gets split. Zach's job gets even harder to try to figure out how to do matchups for the next week. Man, I mean, not too much to say here. See, this graph looks very similar, just in the opposite direction to the last game, except it's 20 minutes shorter, and this time it was as convincing as the graph makes it look for it in the actual game. Yeah, I think this game was largely just won in the draft for Pupps Pals. I like the creativity to bring out this mid Earthshaker, move the Marcy over to position 1, try to find some more favorable lane matchups, and I like more credit than I gave it at the start. Like, Ape had a really good lane mid considering it was against a sniper. Went pretty even for quite a while. But the team fight, the snowball from these heroes, I mean, 10 kills each. Muggy, Mort, and Gemini, 1 death, 2 death on each of them. I mean, just a very strong snowbally game. The fact that this Chaos Knight could just fight so early, like this Chaos Knight on 23, I think was very good. And I don't know what Drip could have responded to it with. Like, the Leshrac was banned out. I think that would have looked really good out of the mid lane. You couldn't go back to the Ember Spirit. Like, you just needed something with high AoE damage that... I don't know, it was strange that their lineup ended up feeling very late game heavy, despite these heroes, in a vacuum, being heroes that are very happy fighting early. Like, and I mean, there just wasn't the space with how far ahead Pupps Pals were getting. And Pupps Pals just also had an early pressure team, and a team that was happy to be taking fights very early on. Yeah, it is pretty late here, so I don't think I'm going to do any interviews tonight. But yeah, thanks so much for joining me. Very much looking forward to more of these two teams, more of WLDL in general. I think this might have been the last matchup of the week. But we should have the next week of games coming out very soon. As always, keep your eyes on the Discord. It's the best place to see the streams, see when matches are happening, to be able to watch. Yeah. Have a great rest of your day or night.